talk. How many here people know patents? Okay? So somebody tell me what's a patent?
Money.
It's always, very good. I like that one.
Money.
Is this actually going to advance? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, great. But that's what it says. A patent is a set of exclusive rights granted by a state to an inventor or his assignee for a fixed period of time in exchange for disclosure of an invention. All right? What we're talking about here is the opportunity for you to exclude others from joining into your business space. It is one of the only limited monopolies that you will find. It is not a right to practice or use. It is a right to exclude. This means you can tell your competition to go away. This is where you can make money and you can tell other people, I don't want you in my sandbox. Okay, now is this how business is done today? I'm not so sure. This is the old school model. This is all about labor and capital. This is what used to matter. The person who had the access to capital, the people who had access to the labor force, they succeeded. But not today. Today, it's all about intellectual capital. It's all about the smarts of the people involved. If you look at this simple chart, you can see it's gone from a capital market to one where intangible assets are the king, and that's how things get done. So when you're coming time to talk about having a patent, putting together a patent strategy, what's important is to make sure is you marry it with your business strategy. If you cover things with patents that aren't core to your business, you're not going to be successful. So that's the key thing I want to leave you with. And it's not just about patents. There's other ways to protect your ideas. There are trademarks, there's copyrights, there's trade secrets. There's the ability to keep something secret, but only if there's not a way somebody can reverse engineer it. So it's important that you keep in mind what you're doing and how you're going to protect it as a part of your entire business model. All right, so how do I get a patent? I want to talk a little bit about how you actually go about doing this. It's important that you have protection for your inventions. The very first thing you want to do is you want to do a search. And you want to find out who else is out there, who has already done things in this area. And I've given you a couple of different ways that you can look for that. The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office has a site, and all those were free. Every single one of those are free. You can go and search as much as you like. The most important thing about the search is that you will find out what else is going on. You will be able to discover if somebody else has already had this idea. Most of the time when people do things like this, they have this great idea, they go out and they find out it's already been done. Now, you also have tools available to you to help draft the patent. You know, these are legal documents. Yes, you need legal professional help in putting them together. But there's things like this Team Patent site that will allow you to begin to put together the document ahead of time on your own, very inexpensively. And then, of course, you have to get professionals involved. You have to get an attorney to help you get through the process, make sure that you're protecting your invention the proper way. And I'm suggesting that you possibly can barter with them a little bit. Now, there's been a question that people have brought up lately is, didn't we get rid of software patents? Aren't they going away? The answer is not exactly. There's this case called Bilski, which is going to be going to the Supreme Court, so it's going to get another airing. But essentially, you can still get patents on software. Now, tell me again, why is it that we're talking about this? What is it about patent protection that is so vital to having a successful business? Well, essentially, having patents give you options. The ability, not just because you have a patent, doesn't mean that you have to wave it around at somebody. You don't have to sue anybody. But what it does is it provides you with options. It gives you the opportunity to play in the game with bigger competitors. For instance, this is a segue. Everybody recognizes this segue. Dean Kamen, the inventor of this, in front of Congress very recently came forward and said, patents allow me to compete with much bigger competitors who have much better sources of capital, labor, and cash. Okay, we've talked about open source tonight, but everybody, it's all open source now. Everything is wide open. Everything's available to the public. You know what? If you want to do that, that's great. If that's part of your business model, that's great. But you know what? You want to make sure that you've got yourself protected because patents ensure that you have skin in the game. You have leverage. You have the ability to go to somebody at a later date and say, let's negotiate. Because I have something you value, you have something I value, we can work together. It doesn't have to be about suing somebody. And God forbid something goes wrong, you're at the end, and you're having to liquidate assets, and there are people who are counting you for cash. Well, those patent documents are pretty valuable. People will buy those. Those become assets that you can then sell and liquidate your business. So some closing thoughts. Patents provide the incentive for driving innovation. This is a fact. Thereby adding the fuel of interest to the fire of genius. This is a quote from Abraham Lincoln. Okay? Patents provide the fire of interest. And Innovation without protection is philanthropy. It's my favorite of them all. That without protecting your innovations, you might as well give them away, and somebody will steal them from you. Thanks very much.